everybody, my name is Eric Hopkins and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're finding me for the very first time, please click that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. Well, look who came around. Steven Spielberg, who has definitely been noted as saying that he would never work with streaming services like Netflix and things like that, even though I'm not sure if he, his people are saying that he ever said that, but he did. And obviously, because he's old school, I understand he wants to preserve the cinema-going experience, the movie-going experience that exists in the theater. I understand that, and a lot of other filmmakers agree with him. But unfortunately, the world is a-changing. And so here is the article that comes to us from Deadline. Has hell frozen over? Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment partners in deal to make movies for Netflix. What a difference 2 years in a global pandemic makes. Steven Spielberg, who a couple years ago was quoted, his camp maintains he never said it, or anything he might have said was severely taken out of context. Nah. Drawing a clear line between theatrically released films and streamer films, he birthed his Amblin partners into a partnership with Netflix that will cover multiple new feature films per year. It shows once again the Netflix-led progress toward dissolving the lines between streamed and theatrical films, and symbolically, it is a big deal for Netflix's Ted Sarandos and Scott Stuber. The Netflix deal will coexist side by side with the one Spielberg and Amblin have at Universal Pictures. Neither will have first shot at Amblin properties. Spielberg will make some films for Universal and others to be made for Netflix. The expectation is that Amblin will generate multiple films per year for Netflix, which has a voracious, however you say that, appetite for content and releases a new film per week. Amblin's Universal deal was extended last December, at which time comments reflected the possibility that a streaming deal might be in the offing. The two companies have been collaborating for some time in an informal capacity. Netflix released the Amblin-produced, Aaron Sorkin-directed The Trial of the Chicago 7, a film that garnered 6 Oscar nominations. Next, Netflix stepped up to acquire, to finance, and distribute Maestro, the film that Bradley Cooper is directing and starring in on the iconic composer Leonard Bernstein. The film is in pre-production. Amblin Partners Chairman Spielberg on Monday in a statement said, "At Amblin, storytelling will forever be at the center of everything we do, and from the minute Ted and I started discussing a partnership, it was abundantly clear that we had an amazing opportunity to tell new stories together and reach audiences in new ways. This new avenue for our films, alongside the stories we continue to tell with our longtime family at Universal and our other partners, will be incredibly fulfilling for me personally since we get to embark on it together with Ted. And I can't wait to get started with him." Long story short, Steven Spielberg has finally come around. And obviously, Amblin Entertainment has been around since, E.T., maybe, I can't remember exactly what it was for, but it's been a long time. And of course, with the pandemic and the streaming wars, of course, it's time to bridge that gap between some of these movie creators who were against the idea of streaming. At some point, they're going to have to come around to this idea. Otherwise, sticking strictly to the theatrical model wasn't going to be successful for companies. I mean, obviously, the theatrical model still has a lot of legs to it, and I think it's clearly the best way to, view new films that are coming out in theaters and wherever it might be. Definitely theater has the better experience for sure. You just can't beat a big screen, a big surround system, with a bucket of popcorn and a soda pop. It's just the absolute best going experience. It's one of the reasons I'm doing this YouTube channel, is because I enjoy going to the movies that much. And I'll be going to see Fast 9 this weekend, so check out my channel here this weekend for that review as well. But anyway, I think, Spielberg and Netflix, teaming up with Amblin, I think will be a good move all the way around for every company involved, especially for Netflix. Netflix is going to be losing some of their properties that they have on their service that are not original properties of theirs, like, anything Marvel or DC, Warner Brothers, things like that. They're all going to be going to their own services once their current contracts run out. So if you have, the Disney Plus, you're going to be getting some of the stuff that's going to be currently on Netflix right now. You're going to be getting some of these properties that are going to be jumping around until the current contracts run out. You're going to have some things that'll leave certain services, but after a while, these services are going to get the rights back and they're going to stay where they are. It's just going to take some time for these services to get their legs under them. But once they do, once that happens, Netflix is going to need content. So they just recently partnered up with Rian Johnson to, make the next two, Knives Out films exclusively for Netflix. and they paid big money to do so. All these streaming, services are buying up all these IPs and properties, and companies are merging just to try to compete in this new, developed market that's come about over the last several years. Netflix was the start of it. When they were the first ones to start this at-home streaming service, a long time ago. And now every other company, big major studio, is jumping on that train and trying to get all the subscription money that they can. So it makes sense here for Netflix to try to continue to compete, as they've been one of the leaders of this so far. Obviously, they've got a lot of debt they've accrued over the years and things like that. But in this case, I think it's going to be a good thing for Spielberg's company as well as Netflix moving forward. But the real question here is, guys, what do you think about Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment now partnering up with Netflix to create new films for the service, as well as films with Universal in the theatrical market as well? Comment down below. Let me know. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. And until my next video, guys, take care.
Target